but I was coming toward the World Trade Center looking for CBS crews and asked a firefighter if he saw any. All of a sudden, there was a roll, an explosion, and we could see coming at us a ball of flame stories high.
It's crazy how you hear this boom sound, like you hear this large explosion right before the towers fall. This is how you know that it was explosives in that building. The towers collapse right as you hear the sound of a boom. Just as we pointed out when it comes to the Madrid fires, it still was standing. The tower was standing for 20 hours. And this tower that's taller collapses. Come on, it was an inside job and there was explosives in the building.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI.
As we can see here for this like cartoon animated type of example of what you would see in regards to a controlled demolition. You place these explosive particles throughout a building and you control the demolition project from a fire console or a blast controller. And that's what took place, in my belief, with the towers as well as building number 7. Building number 7 came down into its print perfectly. All 3 towers, all the buildings came down into their footprint, letting you know that it was a demolition, it was detonation. You have firefighters that said it, they saw it, and the way it toppled down, you can tell it was controlled demolition. It was controlled demolition. You cannot trust your government. You Americans, you people that live out here in the United States, you cannot trust your government. They lie to you. They don't care about you. They lie to you. And also going into this aspect of Die Hard, representing struggling, clinging to life while you're trying to survive. You're trying to survive. Die hard. And there's many accounts of certain people who called, 911 on that day while they were stuck in the building. And, that's pretty much what it represented, just in regards to the predictive programming element of certain movies that came out and was an allusion to it. Like the movie Die Hard, the title alone suggests what those people had to endure in regards to the survivors as well as the people that perished. They struggled trying to live. You had people that fell out windows. Like it's crazy. Jumping out the windows as well. Also with the number 11, the number 11 represents a portal. It's like a portal, like a gateway portal, but it's a portal that represents, to coagulate, come together after destruction, destroy and rebuild, solve a coagula, order out of chaos. Change is coming subsequent to an event that represented chaos, like 9/11. 11 representing rebirth. So all this stuff met. All of this met. Number 11 represents rebirth or activation. Order out of chaos. Order out chaos. Solve a coagula. Destroy and rebuild. All these different credos and phrases and concepts are all Masonic and Luciferian. It's all esoteric. It's all esoteric and it's all based in certain things that they want to come into fruition, as well as the Hegelian dialectic. Cause a problem, get a reaction from that problem. And from it, there's a solution. The Hegelian dialectic, order out of chaos.
You heard the man.
Give him the time.
We'll be outside.
Thank you.
Really, Jeffrey? You're gonna do this in the 9th hour?
It's the 11th.
What?
You're supposed to say the 11th hour, not the 9th.
You see, the situation that was conducted when it comes to that phone call by a woman who passed away during the catastrophe, her name was Melissa Doy. That situation was really handled wrong. The other caller that went on the line, she kind of like did her best. But the first caller that was on the line, she was just really just off. It was kind of weird. I just want to get into it, but, this is what represents the aspect of Die Hard. This is why that movie had this allusion to 9/11, because these people, Hollywood, the people that's in power, in the upper levels, especially ones that control everything, they know what's coming. That's why they put it in movies. So Die Hard explains, these phone calls, like from a Kevin Cosgrove or a Melissa Doy, or even without the aspect of phone calls, just that catastrophe alone represents Die Hard, represents, struggling to survive. It's just so crazy, man. It's just so crazy and so unfortunate what took place with those people. And I really feel for those people, man. It really hits home for me because, like I said, man, I was 9 years old. I was in 4th grade. I went to the William C. Harris School in Manhattan. This happened this happened in the same borough I was living in. When the janitor came into school and said, hey, the plane crashed the towers. The plane crashed the towers. Like I said, I was a novice. I was a young pup, so I didn't really understand how profound it was. I was just like a little just sad for the people, really. I was honestly just sad for the people,
8695, good morning, have a good day. Hi, what's your number again, please? 8695. Oh my God, I'm on the 83rd floor. 86 what? I'm on the 83rd floor. Tell me 86 what? 8695. 8695. She at the World Trade Center. Someone having difficulty breathing on the 83rd floor. Okay, ma'am, how you doing? Are they going to be able to get somebody up here? Well, of course, ma'am. We're coming up to you. Well, there's no one here yet, and the floor is completely engulfed. We're on the floor, and we can't breathe. Okay. And it's very, very, very hot. Is all the lights still on? The lights are on, but it's very hot. Ma'am. Very hot. We're all the way on the other side of Liberty, and it's very, very hot. Any lights? You can turn the lights off? No, the lights are off. Okay, good. Now, everybody stay calm. You're doing a good job. Please. Ma'am, listen.
Now, she says that it was very hot. She says she feels the heat. It was very, very hot. I believe that came from the nanothermite. That's what I believe. I believe it came from the explosives that contain nanothermite, which intensifies heat. It could even melt steel. And steel melts at about 2,700 degrees or something like that, 2,750 degrees or something like that. So that's how strong nanothermite is. And I believe that's what she was referring to. Just obviously didn't know, but I believe that's why it was so hot, because of the nanothermite, as well as the fuel, and other aspects of things catching on fire, like computers and whatnot, just intensifying more and more and more heat. And it's just crazy that you have this dispatcher trying to calm down a lady in a way where it's like, miss, she's going through a crisis situation. You can't, you have to find a better way to tell them to calm down. You can't just, you got to put yourself in their shoes. It's the same thing that occurred, or same type of sentiment with the guy, Kevin Cosgrove, who said, well, you're telling me this is easy for you to say that you're in air conditioning. It's like, damn, man, damn. Like, it's you're seconds away from your life ending. That's just something. And it's crazy because in my personal time, I sit and I reflect and I say, damn, I be telling myself I want to get out of here. But at the same time, stuff like this helps you, gain an appreciation for life,
Everybody knows. Everybody knows what happened, okay? Yeah. But don't know they have to take time to come up here. You know that. Got to be very careful. Very hot. I understand. Got to be very, very careful how they approach you, okay? All right? So when they come upstairs, it won't be worse than it is. Now, you stay calm. So how many people where you're at right now? There's 5 people here with me. All up from the 83rd floor? 83rd floor. With 5 people. 5 patients. Everybody's having trouble breathing? Everybody's having trouble breathing. Some people are worse. And some people are unconscious. Everybody's awake? So far, yes. But listen. Everybody's awake? Yes, so far. Conscious. And it's very hot there, but no fire, right? I can't see. It's too high. Very hot. No fire for now, and no smoke, right? No smoke, right? Of course there's smoke. Ma'am, you have to stay calm. There is smoke. I can't breathe. Okay, you stay calm with...
Fucking dispatcher's an idiot. And I hope she got fired, because the way that she handled this call was fucking terrible. The reason why I'm using this type of language, because it kind of makes me mad. It's like this woman is clinging to her life. Like she's gonna die. And you over here like, oh, well, is there smoke? You don't see smoke, right? Like, what are you talking about? Yes, there's smoke. It's the plane hit the damn tower. Don't you see the news? What's wrong with these people, bro? It's like you want her to say that there's no smoke. Like, it was just weird there. Where she was like, it's no smoke, right? There's no fire. What are you talking about? Yes, there's a fire, bitch. Stupid ass. I hope that broad got fired, bro, because like that's just insanely terrible. You know? And then you giving her false assurance. Talking about they're gonna get you, ma'am. Of course, we're gonna come and get you. They didn't do a damn thing. Now, obviously, that was her calling from the South Tower. The South Tower fell first, even though the North Tower was hit first. That's how you know it was controlled demolition, because the South Tower was hit second, even though it fell first. Come on, man. She was calling from, I believe, the 83rd floor of the South Tower, and the crazy thing about that is there was a few survivors, so she must have been on the other side or something like that. I know you guys know about the Brian Clark story and the Stanley Premloff story. They were on her 83rd floor. Or I believe they was on the 82nd floor, but they were still in that area where there was like a passageway where they could have got down. Like there was another stairwell. It's just so unfortunate. Like imagine being in that type of situation, man. And you got this lady over here trying to convince you that there's no smoke, even though you're in the fucking situation. She's trying to say, oh, there's no smoke, right? Like, what's wrong with you? Yes, there's smoke. You should know that. Like, come on. And that's kind of funny. That's kind of a little fishy there. Like, why was she trying to make her say that there wasn't smoke? You know, maybe I'm just looking into that a little bit too much, but it's just kind of weird that she's like, there's no smoke, right? Like, what? What are you talking about? There's also a portion where you actually hear her yelling for help. And I believe that the fireman, Oriole Palmer, like he was on his way up to her. He was like on the 78th floor. He was on this, there's like a documentary about it, like a man named Oriole Palmer. He was a firefighter. He was on his way up to that floor where you could hear Miss Doyle say, help, 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 you know, later on in the phone call. So it's just very unfortunate that the towers collapsed before he was able to get to them.
What's that? What's the telephone number? Where do you call FC to pick up? What's the telephone number you're calling? The VAC. You can do any 441 2623. 441 2623. It's on 106th corner, northwest corner, right? Right. At number 2 World Trade Center, right? Lady is serious in this office. We're not ready to die, but it's getting bad. I understand, sir. We're trying to get all the apparatus there. I'm trying to let them know where you are. Hold on. Oh, please, lady. About a forward. Sorry, this is 15. Let me talk to the call, PD. That's 15. Let me talk to the call. Who's on the line? Let me talk to him. Where's the fire, sir? It's smoke. You ain't there. 105, 2 power. All right, 2 power. We'll get to you as soon as we can. There's some staying up. The smoke you ain't there, man. That's all we can do. All right, what's where you guys up to? We're getting there. Doesn't feel like it, man. I got one, too. I understand that, sir. We're on the way. He's on the 106th corner, northwest corner. Yeah, no problem. We're operating. Yeah, come on, man. Okay, we operating this, sir. And then you do it doesn't seem like you get lots of people up here. I understand. And then you go out in the building, you up on the top. Smoke rises, we're on the floor, we're in the window. And then I had to breathe now. You see. Okay. Just had a hangar there. I'm going to go with you. So you're in an air conditioned building. What the hell happened? Okay, I'm still here. She's just trying to find a partner, trying to get me. They're going to clear like this. Okay, try to calm down so you can conserve your oxygen, okay? Try to... Let's take God to blow her in from the list. It's blocked, it's iron. Everybody else got a child in here? We're young men, we're not ready to die. I don't even get my ass down. I need oxygen. They have a lot of apparatus on the you guys in here. I get ready. You get them in from all over. They get them from Jersey. I don't give a shit how Okay, so what's your last name? Mine's high school. I must have called about a dozen times already. T-O-S-T-R-O-V-E. My wife thinks I'm alright. I called her and said I was leaving the building. I was signing her. I'm bang. And I want to go Cherry. That Cherry, is that right? That Cherry next to me. 105. John Astro's office. That's the John Astro's office. O-S-T. A-R-U. A-R-U. Right, that's the office you have. As soon as you're here. O-S-T-A-R-U. Hello? Hello? We're looking at financial center. Between us, 2 broken windows. Oh, God! Ah!
Rest in peace to Kevin Cosgrove and Doug Cherry, as well as all them other people that died on that tragic day. It's just crazy, man, because this just lets you know how sinister your world is, how sinister your government is. You have to go back, in hindsight and look at all these things and ask yourself, what world am I living in? Die Hard by Bruce Willis. Obviously an allusion to what took place. And you see the left eye. Also, I forgot to mention that the Twin Tower destruction also was based in the worship of the Mother Goddess. I know that sounds crazy, but it's based in the worship of the Mother Goddess. And that's something I'm going to get into in later videos. In this series of compilation of videos related to 9/11. But it's based in the worship or the veneration, commemoration of the Mother Goddess, the false idol known as the Mother Goddess, right? Because the left eye here is prominent, as well as other aspects of, why I come to that conclusion, right? But you can see here, this is obviously predictive programming. The left eye being highlighted lets you know, that's for the Mother Goddess. But once again, I'm going to be going into that in other videos regarding this situation that occurred years ago. And you see here, Michael Keaton and Squeeze. These illusions let you know that there was a big event that was to come in the opening year of the Pillars, 2001, 2111. Entering in between the twin pillars, on your path to enlightenment, on your paces to enlightenment. That's why the year 2001 represented that. And it happened after, people were suspecting that the world could end in the year Y2K, right? So, all of this stuff happens based off of the stage of a world that we live in, You see, the numbers 9 and 11 are two very, very special numbers just when it comes to the occult, when it comes to the upper levels of this society. This is why that tragedy that occurred was on 9/11. It's no coincidence that the Twin Towers, twin, 1-1, resembling a 1 and a 1, resembling two pillars, go down on 9/11. 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. And we're going to get more into the number 9, but just 11. It's so much aspects of the number 11 revolved around what took place with the World Trade Center. It's so much. This happened in 2001, 2111, right? Also, both buildings have 110 floors. That's no coincidence, man. That's 1111, right? The whole Bin Laden thing with that story. He was captured in what? 2011. 2020, another year that represented 11-11, 2-2, right? 1-1, 1-1, 2-2. The whole George Floyd situation where Derek Chauvin was reportedly on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, resembling in the morning time what took place on 9/11. It's so much. This is why I always tell you guys, this is a stage. You can't just tell me that this is just regular. There's too many coincidences. You just can't do it. And it's crazy because all those years that I mentioned have a lot to do with one another. Just when it comes to 2011 and 2020, 2001 and 2011, so on and so forth. Like 2011, like I mentioned, that was, like it was a form of predictive programming for what took place with Kobe Bryant. And I know there was other things that happened that year, but just in particular, that situation. And also the Bin Laden thing where they captured Bin Laden on the second day of Beltane, right? Like on the second day of Beltane. Ain't that something? In 2011, resembling 11/11 as well as the Twin Towers and the whole situation with 9/11. But Tiger, young Kobe. Kobe dies in 2020, 11/11. That video comes out in 2011. Lady Gaga's song, Edge of Glory. Those 3 words you can change around and you'll get George Floyd. That's a signifier. 11/11, Twin Cities, Minnesota. That's where it took place when it comes to the George Floyd situation. So the number 11 is something that they love. The entertainment industry, the people who's in the upper levels, politicians, society at large, just when it comes to the people that's, on top, they uphold these, numerological bents, these Luciferian bents. Believe it or not, they uphold it. This is why things happen on certain days. It's too coincidental that thing that happened in 9/11 happened. Just as far as it's no coincidence. Just as far as everything that matches, it's so perfectly aligned. Twin pillars, 11/11, 110 stories on each in each tower, right? Like it's so much. And then mind you, remember the Madrid fires? That happened 911 days after 9/11. You cannot make this shit up. And that building didn't go down. And that fire lasted 20 hours. Come on, man. Come on. The Simpsons, Die Hard. Mind you, Die Hard. Die Hard. What is that? We live in a stage, people. We live in a stage. What does Die Hard indicate? Come on, think about it. It's crazy, yo. So as we can see here, symbols of Satanism going further into the number 9. The number 9 is an ego number. It's a number associated with Satan. And it's one of those numbers that's based in magic, just when it comes to the occult. And, just as we see here, in the simplest form of any multiplication or the most complex form, you're always going to come back to the number 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 plus 0 is 9. 9 times 11 is 99. 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 times 12 is 108. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 times 13 is 117. 1 plus 1 plus 7 is 9. 9 times, it's just further on. It just lets you know that it comes back to that magic number that they uphold in Satanism. Despite others' attempts to identify a certain number, 666, with Satan, it will be known that 9 is his number. 9 is a number of the ego, for it always returns to itself no matter what is done through the most complex multiplication of 9 by any other number. In the final equation, 9 alone will stand forth. Anton LaVey, the satanic rituals, and you don't see this with other numbers, like 7 times 5 is 35, 3 plus 5 is 8. It doesn't come back to 7. Only with the number 9. And obviously, the number 9 and 6 is interchangeable. This is why those 2 numbers are so prominent in the entertainment industry, upper levels. Even in, addition, 1 plus 9 equals 10. And then when you look at the sum of it, you add it, and you know that you get 1. So you take that 1 away from what the sum of the number was, which is 10, and then you continue on with that same, format. 2 plus 9 equals 11. We know that we get 2 out of 1 and 1. So 11 minus that, 11 minus the 2, you get 9. Same thing, 3 plus 9 is 12. We know that 1 plus 2 is 3. So 12 minus that number, which is 3, you get 9. It just continues on. So 9 is a really interesting number. And, I see why they really, really uphold it.